Player 1. Chime. Player 2. Evecade. Level 1.
Hello and welcome to the Total Evercade podcast, episode 71. We are at 71, guys. That is mental. I'm your host, Blunners, and we will be talking about what are we playing, highlight of the month, Super Pocket Keith Edition, and what would your Christmas wish be? Oh, and don't forget a bit of Dear Derek. So, who's on the chat panel today? We have got you, Mr. Triangle Face.
Good evening.
How are you? You all right?
Yes, I'm all good. I've even got my Evercade with me right here because we were looking at the game of the month, which we'll talk about in a bit.
Yeah, we will do. And we have got the man, the myth, the legend, Sir Top and Hat. How are you, good sir?
Good evening, super smashing great. It's fantastic to be here. We're going to have an awesome show.
Yeah, we will. So there's a couple of things to talk about. But before we start any of that, we will go to the chat, and I would like to announce that I have done my gift, and it's gone to you, Morley Buxton. So enjoy that membership. So who have we got in the chat tonight, Triangle Face? Mr. Taylor. So yeah, as always, thank you.
I'll go back to Mr. Nicholas Skippins, because I dropped him off the roll. I'll put you back on again. And then we'll go back in order, like a sensible person would do.
Mr. Timothy Anshaw. Good evening. Nick's Craddock. Gene Jake. Good evening. Dave Newland. He is the man. Colin Brown. Good evening. Chris Dunham.
It's even me.
Oh, Tim, you're in there. What are you doing in there?
Oh, how do you get in there?
Yeah.
Say hello to yourself.
I'm in there. How did I get in there?
Oh.
Scott Streeter. David Faulkner, Keith Little, Sheppy124.
So Dave Newland again, but he's
yeah.
Greeting all the new people arriving.
Like Speeder, a lot of people in the chat at the minute.
And
Trouser, and that was a last-minute Trouser accident.
Yeah,
he literally let us know about half an hour ago that he's off to see a comedy show.
Cool.
And Ross. I love that. I used to have that Brett the Hitman Hart figure, by the way. I used to have that.
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we've got Jambon, who's a sandwich, but looks a bit.
Yeah, it looks like he's a sandwich.
Yeah.
But
I hope he doesn't have sand in his sandwich.
No, yeah. Don't get Dave Newland on that. So
we've got a few more.
My Tech is in as well.
There's more coming in.
Wow. Nice Chris 360. Evening. Woo-hoo. And Colm as well.
Yeah. Evening.
Finally finished Earthworm Jim. Wow. So first topic, like we always start every show with, what you playing? So I'm going to go to you, Sir Top and Hat. What are you playing?
Well, this past week, with all the excitement of the new Super Pocket being announced, I've got back on my Taito Super Pocket. It's just so easy to just cart about in the house, on the go, wherever you are. You can just stuff it in the glove compartment when you go out. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've been really getting back into Bubble Bobble. And I needed a good bit of practice because it's my friend Richard's birthday on the 1st of December. And he's a massive Bubble Bobble fan. And he was the first person I ever completed it with. In fact, he was the first person I ever played it with in the arcade, and we were so hooked that we couldn't wait to go and get the C64 version and just hammer that through to completion. And then we've completed it on many other consoles, from Sega Saturn to the PS1. So it's absolutely brilliant. So I've had to get a lot of practice in, because around his birthday he's going to want a completion of that. And I'm a little bit out of touch, so never hurts to get back over those favorites.
Yeah, because Bubble Bobble is one of my favorites, especially on the Taito Super Pocket, but you have the limited edition version there. in all its see-through glory.
Skellington, I love it.
Skeleton version, yeah. So yeah, I'm loving it. That's one of my favorite games on that Super Pocket. But right, I'll go over to you then, Tim. What have you been playing?
Well, it is arcade month at the moment over on our Facebook group for Total Video Gamers. So I've been posting lots about different arcade games and things you find in the arcade. So I thought I'd grab one of the arcade carts, and I'm playing Data East Arcade 1, which I think is one of my favorite carts. And obviously, a little bit of burger time. I think that never gets old. It's always fun. And a game I really enjoy, Gates of Doom, which is a really fun one. And I might have told this story before on the show, but I can remember playing Gates of Doom in an arcade at like in a hotel where my family stayed on holiday once when I was a kid. And I really wanted to find it. I had no idea what it was called. And it was really hard to like search for the game and find it. And then I think I eventually found out it was Gates of Doom. And it's on this cartridge. And I can play it again finally after years of like trying to find that game and hunt it down. But that's a great game if you've not played it. And I've been testing out the game of the month, which we'll talk about in a minute after you talked about what you've been playing, and I'll go into a bit of more detail of that shortly.
Yeah. Just while I remembered, QR code above me takes you to our sister Facebook group, and that is the Hangout. So if you just scan that, that'll take you straight there. And that's probably how you found us in here. So we welcome you to join the Facebook group. So yeah, I've been playing the highlight of the month as well, which we'll talk about in a minute. But also, my Evecade is also with me here as well, like Tim. Still playing Roadcraft. Still can't do that wizard bit, which was doing
loving it.
Nothing. Played a little bit of Indie Heroes 1 as well. Yeah, my favorite on there. I love Foxyland. I love playing Foxyland.
Yes.
I tried speaking to the developers and forgot realized they were Russian. And at one point I was going to get them on, but they'd have to have a translator, so I didn't think that would actually work quite well. So I'm really frustrated because I love that game. So yeah, I did actually get hold of them, and they were going to join us at some point. But yeah, and as Ryan said, the Hangout. You just put it up at the same time. The Hangout is now the biggest unofficial Facebook group by over 800 members, closing in on Evercade Discord. That is mental. That is fantastic. But like I said before, scan the QR code, get yourself in the group if you're finding us the other way. But this is your show. This is your show from your group. Yeah, it's fantastic. There's none of the. You can basically, as long as you're not an idiot and like having a go at certain people, pretty much anything goes. As long as and that's how we want it. We don't want to be censored. You don't want to be tied into certain things you can and can't say. In there, you can say what you want as long as it's not too, as long as you're not having a go at anyone individually. But yeah, great Facebook group, growing constantly, really popular, and get yourself over there if you are not in there. So that brings us on to our first topic, and it is highlight of the month.
Ooh.
So the highlight of the month is Mr. Gimmick. So Derek, do you know a little bit of the backstory on Mr. Gimmick, or?
I've been a massive fan of this NES game. I mean, it really does push the NES really, really hard. It's a game I wanted to see on Evercade. I just believe it's got so much playability. Yes, the game can appear tricky at first, but that's just part of the whole controls thing. Once you get an angle on it, it's not just a lot of fun, but another thing I absolutely love, and I don't want to give it away too much to people in the comment section, but on each world, you've got an item to collect. Now, you'll get a different ending if you collect this item. Now, for instance, I think it's the second level with the pirate ship and whatnot. There's one particular screen which has got a cannon firing in completely the opposite direction. Now, this one took me a while to try and find this object, but this cannon's the giveaway. If you go up to this cannon, when it fires, hop onto the cannonball. It'll take you across a screen just in the sky. But when you get to the other side, that's when you'll find the object. Now, they're hidden well in every stage. As I say, that was just one of the examples. But I can trust me with Mr. Gimmick. It's absolutely fantastic. Some of these levels you really have to try to believe. And use the stars, not just to fire them, but use them so they'll, say, ricochet off a wall, and you can jump on that star and use it for extra height to reach platforms you otherwise couldn't. And you might find other objects up there. Also, just like Mario, check those pipes. In certain levels, there's pipes. Can you go down them? What's down them? Is it worth it? Yeah, it can be a little bit harder than the rest of the stage. Think about if you want to get those items and see that different ending. Remember, you've got to collect them all to see the different endings. So it's no good just collecting, let's say, 3 out of the 5 or whatever it is. You've got to collect them all. But the colors are fantastic. They're just I mean, honestly, I mean, you can see why this would have fitted right in with the likes of Super Mario 3 back then. The whole color scheme, everything is just magical. So, you know, it's a true dream, and hopefully people are going to have a go on this, and it will encourage them to go ahead and pick up that Sunsoft collection, because honestly, this game itself is worth its weight in gold. If you went to purchase this on the NES now, I can assure you it would not be cheap. You can get Mr. Gimmick 2, I think, on the Switch now, physical. So that's something if people want to pursue on the story. And see what happens. But honestly, the original is where it's at. And I can't tell people enough to go and download this game this month. The only reason I haven't personally downloaded it is because I've got the cartridge. But if I hadn't, 100%, if I stumbled across this game and I didn't know about it, and I meet lots of people who don't actually know about this game from back then. For some reason, it wasn't widely bought. I don't know why, or you know, perhaps it wasn't released here, for instance. But I've known about Mr. Gimmick for years, and honestly, this is the #1 game that you want to try out on the NES.
Yeah. So Tim, what is your thoughts on the?
Well, first impressions, because I hadn't heard of this before, and I don't have the Sunsoft collection, so I was intrigued to give this a go. And yeah, I've only played it briefly, but I definitely will continue to play it, because just from the word go, you can immediately tell it's a fun platformer. It's got a few gimmicks, if you will, where you can build up the star and do things. So I haven't quite figured out exactly what you can do in there, but got a few good tips there from Derek just now. And yeah, it's really good fun. It reminded me quite a bit like Mega Man and Kirby. Kirby for the character style, and then the death animation is a bit like Mega Man. And also, the music's really good. Quite enjoyed the nice little chiptune, jaunty music as I was playing. It's got good sound effects. It looks, from what I've played so far, it really delivers on what you want from a good platforming game. So it looks like this is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm glad I've updated the game of the month. And yeah, I think I'll stick with this one and see if I can beat it.
Yeah, as I said, I was in the same boat as you, Tim, and it's not one I'd really heard of, and I don't have the Sunsoft collection yet, but this is making me want to probably check out a few more of the titles on there. Yeah, definitely gives me Mega Man vibes when you hit the spikes and blow up, which I have done quite a lot, because I was trying to get used to the controls and the fact that you slide down certain areas, and yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be honest. But I really enjoy it. I think it's really good. I hope this is more of the kind of games we get. So for me, this is why this is one of the reasons why this is what I love about the Evercade, because it's like that kind of like finding titles that you didn't have a clue about. And
because I don't think I would have played this if I hadn't been Game of the Month. So
same in.
It's maybe go back and look at that car, because it's got Area of the Acrobat on there as well. Looks good. I never got.
Yeah, and that's fun. That's a great game.
Yeah, I've played that. Yeah, I've played Area of the Acrobat, but Mr. Gimmick is and I quite enjoy this title. So I'm definitely going to play a bit more of it. I am pretty crap at it at the minute. I keep dying. I'm not going to lie, but the good thing about it is when you do die, you don't start right back at the beginning. You only start back a little bit, so you're not so miles away. It's not like you'd think, oh, great, I'm going to go right back to the beginning, like you did do back in the day. You're not. You're only going to like the next scene or something like that. So really, for me, it's a great title, and I do hope this is the kind of games that we get. Like, I hope you get a few more of like the ones like this. Was there any patch notes or anything, Derek? Didn't think there really was anything.
No, I don't think I
I'll
saw
try to
anything
find
this week, patch note wise. So that's always good ahead of Christmas. I thought there might be a couple, but I was sort of expecting like an Atari ST one for the Lamasoft collection and a few bits, but perhaps that'll come just before the cartridges. But I have got to say about Mr. Gimmick is the soundtrack is absolutely fantastic.
So
it really is one of the best on the NES. So do play through the levels and listen to it, because honestly, I mean, the fact they could compact that into it back then is outstanding. And it's one of the massive things I really enjoy about it.
Yeah, I think we need to get Derek doing some, like, what you just described, get you video in off your phone, what you're just describing, and put it up in the Hangout for people if they get stuck or anything like that. Because I know I did see in the Hangout somebody got stuck in Cathedral, but yeah, I do think that'd be a great little addition, because it's not as easy as you think. Like, and when you die, you do that Mega Man explode, don't you?
Yeah, it's quite tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like slide down, and I was expecting to be able to do certain things, but I couldn't. But yeah, a lot better than I thought. Oh, one thing I found was a bit odd was when you're trying to hit, so you have to hold down the button to build up your star before you can then throw it to actually do damage.
Yes.
So I was, at the beginning, I thought, like you said, kind of thought I was like Kirby. Oh, I'll just press it and see if I can like suck up this bomb and it just this boulder and it just kills me. So yes, and I kind of realized you actually got to hold the button down and then let go for it to actually do something. But that is,
and as I say, you can stand on that if it deflects.
Right.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, I was trying. Yeah, but the first thing I thought, I just pressed the button and it didn't do anything. It just killed me straight away. But
I do wonder if the next game of the month is going to be Days Before Christmas off the which one was that? That's on Sunsoft.
The Days Before the Christmas.
So, yeah,
game
Days Before Christmas. Like, will they go for that for the Christmas season? Getting a bit of Days Before Christmas, I wonder. So
well, yeah,
that's another one I've not played, but
it'd be magical.
I think yeah,
I love it.
I think that's got to be done. I can see myself playing Days Before Christmas.
I love it
on Christmas Day.
So yeah, didn't the cart have a custom chip for sound?
Yes, it did. Yeah, it did just for the sound. Yeah. So it really is worth its weight in gold. So even if you think it's not your type of game, do check it out.
Yeah, brilliant. So that is this month's highlight of the month. Anything on that before we go on to our next topic, guys? Any more?
No, I would recommend getting it. What was the last highlight of the month? What are people going to currently have? What do we have on there beforehand? So what are people giving up in order to get Mr. Gimmick?
Boulder Dash.
Boulder Dash.
It wasn't Worms, was it?
So,
Boulder Dash.
No, that was the previous one.
Yeah, which is a hard give up, I'll say.
Is it worth giving up Boulder Dash for Mr. Gimmick? I would say yes. I would say give Mr. Gimmick a go.
Yeah, late season, definitely.
So bringing us on to our next thing. So this, for me, this caught me out of the blue. Don't know anything about this brand. Couldn't understand why it was more expensive. But that is the Super Pocket. Is it Keith or Kith edition? Never heard of it. When I've done some background on it, it does turn out that it is an American company. So gets us ready to try and crack America. So yeah, guys, what are your thoughts? We'll go with you, Tim, on this new Super Pocket Keith or Kith edition from Capcom.
Well, it's a Capcom one, so that's always good. I still don't own a Super Pocket, so I don't know if there's going to be one in my stocking this year, or perhaps something I could get for my birthday. I don't know, but it's hard because when there's so many in that range, I know some people like to have a few of them, but I'm the kind of person who might just get one and be like, I'm happy with one. And I quite like the Neo Geo one. So where you've already got some Capcom games on the EXP, I don't know if I'd necessarily go for something like that. But yeah, like I say, if that's a brand in America, perhaps that's going to sway more people.
So what it says here is it's an American fashion and lifestyle brand from New York City in 2011 by Ronnie Flegg. The brand is a footwear retailer and later expanded with streetwear fashion and lifestyle. So Derek, what are your thoughts? And are you picking up this Super Pocket here?
Well, I knew about it about a week before the announcement, and as soon as I heard that it had the Capcom games built in, I don't know really. As I say, I've already got this Capcom Super Pocket, so I don't really need the games again in an alternative cover. What would I like to have seen Kith do if they were going to get involved? Is perhaps do a faceplate. Like you used to get for the GBA, the Game Boy Advance. Used to get faceplate. Now, a faceplate like that, not make it limited edition, so everybody could join in and grab one and just pop it over your Super Pocket. Now, I think for a fashion range, that says a lot more about you than trying to do physical hardware. Large majority of these handhelds didn't actually go to the Evercade community. They were sort of snapped up by people thinking they're going to sell them online for vast fortunes, and I think they're going to get a nasty shock because a large amount of people have either got the one I've got or they've got the blue and white Capcom. I don't really think they're going to want to buy the same games again just because it says on it. Had it have said Sega on it or Konami on it, I think we would all have dived on it.
What would be like an equivalent
hold any
brand
nostalgia for me?
What would be an equivalent brand in the UK? Do you think for something like that? Is that like
DKNY? I don't know.
Yeah,
FC UK.
Or like I was going to say FC UK. Yeah, it's like would we want an FC UK Super Pocket with Capcom games on it? Bit of a weird one. But looking at the chat, MI Tech said it's already sold out, and it says it looks crap and it's overpriced.
Yeah, how many do they make?
I don't know. And then also, it's going to be even more overpriced next year. They get in hand of scalpers, but it looks like scalpers already have it if they've sold out. So
I mean, I'm probably lumbered with it, to be fair. So
look what Lightspeed put in as well.
Where's Lights? I've not got it on there yet. There we go. Takes a while to update in the chat. Oh, I've disappeared. I'm back.
No, you're back.
Oh,
you're in the US. You've never heard of
Kith
he's
in
before.
The US.
Interesting.
And he's never heard.
Okay.
It, so. But the scary thing for me, the scary thing for me is they upped the price of this and it's sold out. So does this now mean?
Yeah, in under 10
the
minutes.
Super Pocket's going to go
wow
up another tenner. How much was it? It was an extra, like £80 when it was 79.
Oh, yeah.
Remember. I saw the price and I was like, nope, I'm out. No thanks.
Something
I'm
like
interested. Yeah. So I do think
unfortunately, it did sell out in under 10 minutes. Do I think we'll see a price rise here on the Super Pocket? Absolutely. Yeah. So these scalpers aren't helping us as a community, they're hindering us. So hopefully, as I say, they will selling these on and they won't be tempted in future.
Interesting suggestion.
Well, don't worry, boys. If you want one, you can just jump on this eBay here.
How much are they going for? £207.
£207.
And 74
look at this
pence.
box.
That's all right. Let him post it here and say it's damaged.
That's a nice box, to be fair. But I'm still not paying over 200 quid. As nice as the box may be.
I like the box.
You made a good point, Derek, about having like a faceplate or something. That's something that I think could interest people if they got new shells that you could swap out, maybe. Especially if somebody, I think we kind of had a bit of a laugh with the Data East one.
Yeah.
Ryan kept on saying it looked like the John Cena model. I said it looked like the Blippy model. You might like that collection of games, but maybe not like the bright orange and blue on there. Maybe you could swap it out with a new cover. And that could be an interesting thing for them to do. Yeah,
and for a fashion brand, that would have been fantastic. I mean, what's next for Blaze? The Victoria Beckham Super Pocket?
Maybe get some ideas in the chat about some different fashion brand Super Pockets you would like to see.
I should have done
like
Pepsi, man.
Gucci
You know what I
Super
mean?
Pocket, maybe.
So
Like that.
this is another thing. Do you remember the last show when we were saying about mucking around with keychains rather than actually bringing out more stuff? Is this a missed opportunity for you guys? Do you think? Like, yes, we're bringing out Capcom, and yes, it's sold really well, but I don't know. Is it not aimed at us? Because if that was a Sega one, you'd be all over that, or if it was an accessory. I don't know. It's just it doesn't sit when you got idiots selling it on blimmin' eBay for £200. It's disgusting.
No, there's nothing achieved by that.
Yeah, hanging lounger store. You hang your head in shame. But yeah, Keith Super Pocket. Old Spice edition.
You could package that with a bit of Old Spice, couldn't you? Maybe a Lynx edition.
Yeah, exactly. There you go for Christmas.
That's Christmas edition, right? You have your Lynx shower gel, your Lynx body spray, and your Lynx Super Pocket in a nice little box.
Yeah, you could even do.
There you go.
You could do the Lynx shower gel with the 2 Lynx cartridges to go with it. Look, yeah, there you go.
That's brilliant. Didn't think of that.
Yeah, it's a hot pocket
in there.
That'd be great.
And Summers pocket with Rumble feature. No, I just.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, with Sam Fox sticker on it. Yeah,
yeah. I just think it's going to lead to more price rises. I think the price is going to go up, which is a shame. And I do think that it's sold out, but I think it's sold out mainly for these people that are going to bang it on eBay, like at like £200. They said the scalpers have got hold of it, and that's such a shame because it then ruins it for the rest of us. So yeah, Super Pocket.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel. Blaze know my feelings on this. I do take the moral high ground that I believe it's about the community and about including everyone. So with things like this, where people are excluded or have been excluded unless they got in there in the first 10 seconds, they've missed out. And for people, I know people that are passionate about collecting their Super Pockets, or they like to collect all the alphas or all the cartridges. And for people that are collecting all the Super Pockets now, they've missed out. And as you say, the only chance they've got now is to pay well over the odds on eBay. That's really for myself personally.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Did any of you guys pre-order this? Did you manage to get it before it sold out? How did you actually? Where was it being sold? It wasn't being sold at Funstock, was it? Was it off their official website? Was it off Keith's official website? No.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I might try and get one here on the show when they launch. I'll see if I can get one here on the show so we can see one in person.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it does look good. Price point's a bit sticky, but yeah, if it had been different, like a different sort of title, I might have looked at it. But it's obviously not aimed at us; it's aimed at scalpers. And as long as Evercade don't care, as long as they've sold out, as long as it's gone, they've made their quota and it's gone. So they've done something right there. It's a bit of a shame.
Oh, so they're just making the quota. That's it.
So yeah, I think they've done it with Arcade 1-Up as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I missed out.
And that does look good actually with the X-Men games.
You only had a 2-day window. They are made to order. Did order just because so close to my name. Ah, yeah, that's pretty cool. A Sun Life Insurance packet. Free pen, yeah.
A free pen and a Super Pocket. Yeah.
The free pen. Oh, yeah, we got to have that free pen.
So, before we move on, anything else on the Super Pocket Keith edition? No, we'll move on.
No, nothing from me, I think, on that. I think it's come and gone.
It was a shame.
Sorry, Derek.
I was just going to say it was a shame it didn't come with a blank in the back like the rest of the Super Pockets. I thought that was a bit of a shame because all of them are kind of matching with their own blanks in. I've actually got a blank for the EXP now, black version, that looks fantastic. I'll bring it onto the next show, and it's all looks lovely, official. So I'll try and show that one in the next show. But missing a blank in it. Oh, for goodness sake, come on! At that price, at least done is put a blank in.
Imagine if it had its own Keith Blank cartridge slot with all, like, do you know what I mean, matching. That would look pretty cool. And like you said, for the price point, you'd expect it. Wow, empty cartridge slot for that price point. That's mental. Didn't think of that. So yeah. So right. Before we move on, Dear Derek is coming up, so don't forget to get your questions in the chat. And the man, the myth, the legend himself will answer all of them for you. So before we quickly move on to this next bit, I was just looking around on Funstock, and I see this come up, and that's what kind of prompted us for our next topic. But this is what's just been announced on Funstock. So the Indie Greats bundle, £200, save yourself 50 quid, and you get all of those cards. So you get 10 cards, you get the Mega Cat Studios, and to be honest, there's some great cards on there.
Yeah, it's a great collection, isn't it? Really good.
Yeah. Good boy,
Absolutely.
Because it is such a good collection, I've already got most of those, so it would be good for me because I'd be having a lot of doubles then.
Yeah, and to be honest, I've got pretty much all these cards as well. So that's what got us thinking. If you had your own Christmas Evercade wish, what would you get, and what would it be, and why? So we'll start with you, Tim. What if you could have an Evercade wish? What would it be?
Well, I think I've said this before, and you probably know I'm going to say this, but I really want to see a new alpha. I'd love to see an SNK alpha. At this point,
with what game?
This late in the day. Yeah, this late in the day, I don't think we're going to see it before Christmas, but that's what I was hoping for. But you never know. If we're going to make a Christmas wish, it might come true. SNK, I'd want to see like the King of Fighters on there and Metal Slug, things like that, and actually have some really cool. I'd love to see some artwork of like Terry Bogard doing his burning knuckle up the side of the cabinet. I just think that would just look really cool. I do really want to get an alpha. And when it came out, I wasn't really financially prepared for it. And I think what I would have wanted to have gone for the slightly more expensive limited edition Street Fighter one with some extra games. So now I'm like, well, for me, the best one would be the Street Fighter one they've got at the moment. But I'd only get it and then have them announce another one with a different lineup on there. So I'm still holding out a little bit longer for that. So yeah, that would be my Christmas wish to get something like that announced. But we've already got quite a lot of carts coming out between now and the end of the year, but I don't know if we're going to see anything else at this late stage of the year.
I wasn't expecting a limited edition Super Pocket, mate. But
true.
But I do think the 5 carts dropping will shit on any of that parade. But with 100 quid's worth of carts dropping in a couple of in a week,
I suppose if that's like,
Christmas, is a bit,
that bundle deal, I suppose another Christmas wish would be a nice little cheeky Black Friday sale of some good discounts, so I can maybe get a few things in there.
Or drop carts down to 15 quid on the Black Friday, back to their original price.
Do it.
If they did that, I would definitely try.
I'd buy a load.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What about you, Derek? What would your Christmas wish be?
Oh, my Christmas wish. Well, I mean, a few years back, we had the purple Evercade, if you remember, which was a nice little color change there. And especially with a large amount of people missing out on that kith, it might have been nice for them to have done something like this, like a limited edition Super Pocket just for Christmas that you could buy instantly, not pre-order. And, something that had a bit of a theme going on, maybe SNK, because we've had a large Neo Geo year. That would have been a fantastic way to end it, especially as they had that license. So that would have been quite a smart move. For myself personally, I would have loved an arcade joystick. So I could have had an official arcade joystick to go with my Alpha. So when you have friends over and you're going to have a game, they actually get to use something that's official with the arcade joystick. It could have even included 2 cartridge ports. So for people that didn't have an alpha. When they plug it into the telly, they could even switch the games out by putting different cartridges in on the arcade stick. And I think that would have been a little gold mine for Blaze. In fact, they could have even done a couple of special editions for Christmas, which featured different games that aren't on any of the other alphas. I think that, a little master stroke there would have been absolutely fantastic. It's just about for them to try and think a little bit outside the box, because a lot of people, it's the price point of the alpha that puts them off. But an arcade joystick they could buy a lot cheaper. As I say, you'd have the option to put your cartridges in or out. I think that would also include people, again, within the community, so they didn't feel left out. If perhaps they haven't got room for an alpha or they can't afford it, they could still go ahead and pick up an arcade stick and really, get that full experience at home. So, that would be an ideal Christmas wish. Obviously, I'm going to finish it with one last thing. Obviously, myself personally, I would have loved to have seen a System 3 collection with all the Last Ninjas and Flimbo's Quest, Myth, Tusker, all that sort of stuff on a cartridge. Now that would have been magic for me to have opened that Christmas day, and Blaze themselves know what a huge System 3 fan I am. So honestly, if I open that Christmas day, you wouldn't see me again for a while, because that would be truly magical to have a physical version of those games. But otherwise, that would be pretty much my Christmas wish list.
Yeah, some great stuff on there, Derek. I'm just, as you're saying it, I'm thinking about, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, that would be pretty good. So mine would be a Black Friday sale of carts down to 15 quid back to the OG price. I think would be a killer, just to clear out some of that stock. Do you know what I mean? Just to let us guys who haven't got full collections, who have got no chance of getting full collections, but just pick up some carts we haven't had a chance to. And also jumping on your Coswell Knights has put no more ever delays. That would be great, because mine would be having an Evercade version kind of like this of the 8-bit dough arcade. But I don't know if people have seen, back in the day there was Ambernick ones that you could get that had like that you could connect to your TV. So it'd have like a VS built in that you would stick your carts in that would go up to the TV, and then it turns your TV into an arcade stick like this. Like, fantastic. I took it out and changed the joystick. But I took out the joystick and changed it to the old decent Sanwa one. But that I feel that's what we're missing. You're bringing out all these arcade games. Like, how many arcade games we got like this year? It's like the majority of carts are arcade, but yet the only decent way, people who don't have alphas like your Tim and Ollie and that don't have it, the only way that they can play these how you should be playing them is with something like this. The arcade stick would be I think that would be fantastic for them to bring out. And then, like you said, color choices, different buttons, branding,
like to match the alphas.
Exactly, to match the alphas. Like you could the possibilities are endless.
Even that 8-bit duo one. That'd be cool. I do like that 8-bit duo you've got, but it is quite pricey, and I don't know if they could bring out a more competitively priced arcade stick that does the same thing. So there'd be a lot of interest in that, I think.
But you'll find, just do what I did, mate. Amazon, 6 months, £15 a month, done. So that's how I got it. It was on Amazon on Black Friday. I think it went down to like 50 quid or something. It did drop down to about 50 quid, and then there was just, when you go to pay, it was like, pay option. I thought, I wouldn't even notice that coming out, so I just bought it. And I think that I just, it's something they're missing. That, like, it's Bluetooth, it connects to everything anyway, but an Evercade one that connects to it would be the best way to play these arcade titles that we keep getting. But like you said, they could, like Gene Joke, they could partner with 8-bit dough and do mate, exactly, that would be fantastic. Like the 8-bit dough,
that was something, just to say, that was something that Blaze did look into, was partnering with 8-bit dough.
No way.
That's a true fact.
Shit, mate.
So you never know. Never say never.
No, never say
Indeed.
never in the words
And of course, it goes
Lord
without
Shaw.
saying that everyone would want some Everpants.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
imagine Christmas Day, sat in your Everpants, your system free on, arcade joystick. What more is there to life, eh? Come on,
Exactly.
mate.
And this is where as well. Yeah, go on. I was just about to call that
a
next
light
thing.
gun collection,
Oh,
Sega collection.
Ooh.
How good would
Yeah, I've
that
been
be?
looking at that new one that they've brought out, which is just, but it's only really got Time Crisis on it. It's about
Yeah,
£200.
quite
So
small.
it's
Yeah,
a
the
lot of
other
money.
games don't really appeal. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the thing is with those ones is there's a few light gun options out there now that work on modern TVs, but they're not cheap. It's quite an expensive thing to invest in. And as much as I'd love to have that, I can't really justify the spend. But if Blaze could get something which allows a light gun and it's a reasonable price, I think it could absolutely smash it. But I just don't know if that's something they're going to be looking at. But I think there'd be a huge uptake on that if they could pull it off. But I think it's easier said than done. I think light gun technology is quite hard to get it right, which is why when there are light gun solutions, they're quite pricey.
Too busy making key rings, mate. To be mucking around with stuff like this.
We didn't get a light gun, but we got some key rings.
Yeah.
Okay. Just on that thing with the Everpants and stuff. Now, some we've had like the little screen wipes. There's been socks. There's been coffee mugs. What would be your Christmas wish of an item that you could get with Evercade branding on just in time for your
Evercade stocking? Yeah, I would like a giant.
Not a stocking filler, the stocking itself.
The stocking itself.
Amazing.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, one of my favorite things to receive at Christmas was an annual. So whether it's He-Man, Transformers, Thundercats, I would love an Evercade annual. With little puzzles in the back, you've got to follow around the maze and get to the Evercade cartridges and all that sort of stuff. And there could be little bits in there about different people from Blaze and different people within the community and things like that. And I think that would be fantastic. They could start it off this year and just build.
I've got one for you, just to piggyback on that, like you did back in the day. Get your own Evercade, but not an annual, but the magazine that comes with how to code that game. So you get the cartridge, you put it in, and you have to code it yourself to get the to work. How good would that be?
That would be amazing. That
would be amazing. And then every year, you get this new cart. You don't know what game's on it, but you've actually got to make the game, which is all step-by-step guide in the annual.
That would be amazing. I'd love that.
That's a Christmas wish, Tim. That's my Christmas wish.
There you go. Nice, some great ones.
Oh, mate, that would be brilliant.
Or they could have even done one where they packed it like a little stocking and they packed it with some things like a few Evercade chocolates and things like that, plus a demo cartridge of games that are coming, in the next year. And you can pop that in and you can try them Christmas Day and see what you think.
Or even you had an Evercade calendar and each door has a cartridge with a demo on. That'd be quite a lot of physical.
I mean, a lot of money, mate.
Options, yeah. But you wouldn't have the case. You just the cartridge, and you could get into that. And that would be a pricey calendar.
No, I do.
Or it could have a code on each door, and you type in the code on the secret code bit, and it unlocks a level in each game.
See that? That would work actually. If they had maybe a game and each code was a new level, we can say that would make it a bit more affordable.
You need 24 levels, 25 levels. Sorry. It's the Christmas Day one. So with this highlight of the month, you reckon? I don't reckon they'd be able to do it, but would they release a highlight of the month cart like they do with Indie Heroes and everything like that?
It'd be tricky, but not impossible. No, it wouldn't be impossible because most of the people are all still on board. So I think it would be feasible as long as they'd all agree to those terms.
Strategy guides. That's another one he's put. That'd be brilliant, especially some of them games. Like I think there's a bit on Cathedral. I never realised you just had to literally jump off as if you're about to die, and you don't. You find like that drop, which I think it was Ryan that told me about that. I would have never known. So I think maybe like each cart have their own little strategy guides, or we can I think that would be a good idea. So no, I think you got an advent, was it? An Evercade did an advent calendar. Be delayed till June.
You can save that for next year, then, can you?
That's brilliant.
Oh dear.
So right, okay, that's that is our Christmas wishes. So if you are listening, Evercade guys, that would be, mate. Some of these ideas we've just come up with some brilliant ideas there. A joystick. What was it? Tim wants his alpha.
Yeah, my alpha.
Yeah. So yeah,
Calendars,
if you are listening,
everything else.
calendars, demos, all kinds of stuff. So right, it is that part of the show where we jump on to this little VT.
Do you have a question? Well, now's your chance. It's time to ask Derek.
Yes, it's that time of the show. It's got into that last 15 minutes, and we're going to start asking Derek some questions. So get your questions in the chat, and we will put them to him. At the minute, we've only got a couple stars, so get us some more in. But the first one is from Mr. Gene Joke himself. Dear Derek, what cart that doesn't seem that popular would you recommend to people to check out?
Good question.
Oh, now that is a
Good
good
question,
one.
that.
Which cart doesn't seem that popular? That is a really tricky question, to be honest. I'm trying to think of ones which have sort of gone under the radar a bit this year that are still easy to grab hold of. That's really tricky, that is. What one would I recommend?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What one would I recommend? Because Broken Sword would be a good one, because obviously getting to use a mouse. I think that was
I think it got overlooked a little bit originally, as you say, because obviously there were the glitches in the game and no mouse controls. But now all that's been ironed out. Honestly, even if you're not a point and click fan, try and get involved in the story, especially of the first one, and I think you'll be hooked. But I think a few people missed out on that one earlier this year. So now all that's out the way, let's, perhaps that's when you want to pick up around the Yule time.
Yeah, what about you, Tim? Have you got any popular cart that you think people would need to check out?
I don't know, because I think we cover a lot of the carts quite evenly spread, to be honest. Not sure if there's many that have been overlooked as such. Just having a little look through now. Is there any that we haven't given a lot of love to? Maybe like some of the Pico ones, like Pico Collection 3 had like 40 winks on it. Not sure. Although it's got Legend of Wukong, so someone made a comment on that earlier saying it was really bland, sort of generic RPG. Don't know. Part of me wants to say in television, just for the lols.
Television too.
Yeah, in television
just
too. I suppose just like maybe some of those like earlier carts to revisit. I think Interplay Collection 1, which came with the original collection when you could pick it up, does have like Earthworm Jim. It's got Booger Man. It's got Incantation, which is quite a fun little platformer as well, and Clay Fighter, which I know people hate. I actually quite like Clay Fighter. I think I might be the exception.
Clay Fighter 64.
No, just Clay Fighter. I like the original one. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna say Interplay Collection 1, because I think that's probably one that most people have because it came with the original collection, but might be one that people maybe haven't visited in a while.
Tim Fianshaw has put Sydney Hunter is one I've revisited and enjoyed more a second time around. So, right. Next one is from Mr. Skippins. Dear Derek, any chance of seeing Project X Light Years on Evercade?
Well, I know the people that actually programmed this. I was offered a free version before it came out to have a go on it, and it is a rather awesome game. Could we see it on Evercade? It's highly possible, I suppose. I'd certainly like Blaze to go down that route. It's a very popular game. It's not the easiest on the planet, but practice makes perfect, and I think it's something that they should snap up in the future. That's certainly a good call.
It's any way of nudging Evercade in their direction? You know what I mean?
I do, yeah. If I think it's a particular, if it's something good they should look at, like that Nick Games game I'm doing at the moment, yeah. If it's something I think is worthwhile, hopefully I'll draw it to their attention.
Yeah, especially Derek's got a great back catalogue. Donut Dodo is one of them.
Yeah, and everyone loves that arcade game. That's one of the greatest arcade games of all time. In fact, we need more from that developer, a whole cartridge more. So yeah, let's hope that 2026 reveals the icing on the donut.
The Dodo donut.
Yeah, the Dodo
Next one's
donut.
from Ross. He's got my favourite wrestling figure. Dear Derek, I brought a Taito Alpha to go alongside my full collection. Are there any outside the box games that you suggest I revisit from Evercade's early days on my new hardware?
Well, obviously Tim did a great call there with the Interplay Collection 1. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty. If you haven't picked up Xena Crisis, this is a fantastic game to play on your Alpha. Jeez. Honestly, if you haven't tried this game out, you're missing out. So that for me, hard as nails, but like any arcade game should be, but absolutely fantastic. And honestly, I mean, I still sink hours into it. I just love it. The helicopter drops you off and off I go, rescue the hostages, clear the rooms. And I just have a brilliant, brilliant time with it. So yeah, that for me is one of the earlier picks.
Yeah. Also, guys, they announced that you can get your Taito Super Pocket, Taito Alpha from Very. So if you have a Very account and you really want an Alpha, get over there and you can pick one up. I'm not sure it's on sale anymore. It was on sale on Argos, and if you've got an Argos card, you can pay that off in 6 months. So,
if I can just say about a deal of the day.
Yeah.
If you visit Games Collection and you're in the UK, I mean, I think they ship worldwide, but if you're in the UK and you go and visit Game Collection, you can pick up the Taito Alpha at the moment at $189.99. So the cheapest, I think it is. It was, $189.99. I think it still is. You can check out yourself online, and then you'll be able to see. They've got it on offer at the moment. So you can actually give yourself a really good saving. I've been thinking about jumping in myself, especially if on Black Friday they do like 10% off or something. That Taito Alpha will be coming home with me. Have a look.
So yeah, as you have said that, I'm doing it now, and it is. I am going to copy and paste the link in the chat.
See, the best deals from your Uncle Derek.
Derek's deal of the day. Derek's deal of the day. Boom. That has just got in the chat. So, wow, that is mental. £189.
It is.
So next one.
You're thinking about it now, aren't you?
Do you think we'll see an Amiga cart next year?
Yes, I think we'll definitely see more Amiga games. That's a foregone conclusion. Yeah, definitely more Amiga on the way.
Yeah, definitely.
What kind of Amiga games did you want to see?
For myself, I mean, I'd like to see a James Bond collection with obviously James Bond, Robocod, Operation Starfish, that sort of thing. That would be lovely. Even chuck in the Mega Drive's aquatic games. Yeah, that would be lovely. So and certainly don't go anywhere near the PS1 Robocod. I want the official Amiga one. It's massive and it's great. It's hours of fun.
And now when I do think of Amiga, when I think of Amiga, I do think of like Joe, because that was weird. As you were saying it, I thought about it as well, and I thought,
there you go. See,
I really like the first James Bond. I know a lot of people love Robocod, but that first one, where like you had to bounce, if you got out of the water, you had to bounce around and not run out of oxygen. And you had to get back in the water to be able to breathe, which is obviously like the opposite of what you normally get. And it's a really fun game that one actually.
There it is.
There you go. See,
£189.95.
Uncle Derek's deal of the day. So
paying 3.
Not to mention you get points as well with games collection, so you'll be able to get money off on your next game.
Nice.
Yeah, Del Boy Derek.
There you go. Straight out me suitcase, live on this station.
So next one from Dan Upton. Dear Derek, can we get Turrican cartridge in the future?
Yeah, I mean, Turrican cartridge, I mean, obviously they were under license for a period of time when they appeared, obviously, on the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, you had the 2 limited run games ones, and then obviously they did a bit lesser one with not so many of the Turrican games on, which everybody could buy. They've just got under license now to obviously Retro Games Limited with the A1200 Amiga. You can get all 3 of those. That comes out next June. Now, provided they haven't tied up a watertight deal, I haven't spoke to them, but as long as they haven't tied up a watertight deal, there's no reason Blaze couldn't jump in at this point and do something with that. And I'm a huge Turrican fan. I've been playing it on the Commodore 64, the Amiga over the years, the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive. You know, I absolutely love Turrican, but you can't beat versions like the C64 and the Amiga and things like that. They're huge. Honestly, the maps are massive. We used to draw them out when I was younger, and honestly, I mean, the amount of A4 bits of paper you needed for a map of Turrican is ridiculous. To think they got all that onto the disc is just outstanding. So yes, Turrican needs to be a foregone conclusion. Blaze really need to get in there now and make sure they absolutely seal this again with like Rough and Tumble and things like that are on the A1200, because they're fantastic games. They're absolutely outstanding, and this is the type of games we want on the Evercade. Value for money. You don't need many, but as I say, if you get yourself a bit of Super Turrican on there, Turrican 1 and 2 especially, and a bit of Mega Turrican. So you've got a good range from like the Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, Amiga and C64. Honestly, these games are huge. They'll take a lot of people a lifetime to complete. So yeah, I really want to see Turrican on the Evercade.
Yeah, and I reckon if they do bring it, then Derek's got to bring back some of his old school maps and put them online. Yeah, just to help everyone out. But yeah, Gene Jakes put he'd love that 3 and 4, but he said it probably need to be a gigacart each though.
The Blaze probably would make it a gigacart each, but no, I could squeeze them all onto a regular cartridge easily. So yeah.
From 7 Force 1, dear Derek, do you think we will see more Taito carts in the future?
Ooh, more Taito carts. Nobody want to see more Taito carts than me. I'm a massive Taito fan. I'm still hoping for that Rainbow Islands, that Paracel Stars. I mean, these are huge games. Do I think we will with the music infringement with Rainbow Islands and things? I don't know. There's no reason they couldn't take that out, I suppose. Although you do lose some of the nostalgia. That's the trouble. Paracel Stars needs to be on there. Absolutely. In fact, not too long ago, a team actually made Paracel Stars for the Commodore 64. Originally, I had it pre-ordered as a kid, and they cancelled my pre-order because they got broken into and the game was stolen. So I never actually got that game for Christmas. But now it's actually been done and finished, and I think they should see if Taito would allow them to officially license that onto the cartridge to include something that's not anywhere else physically. So yeah, I would love to see a few things like that. But yeah, another Taito cartridge I would love to see. Bit of Arkanoid, that would be essential, and of course Arkanoid 2 Revenge of Doe. Oh my goodness, I do love that bat and ball games where you can turn into the laser and the 3 balls around the screen. It's just fantastic, and the music is just fantastic. So yeah, I'm really hoping that's one of the arcade lineup for next year is Taito 3. Blaze can't let me down. It's got to have Arkanoid, Rainbow Islands and Paracel Stars, and honestly I would jump on it immediately. I'll appear in my Everpants.
But I do think like there's definitely more Taito coming. You've just had an alpha. There's definitely a deal in place. So they've got to bring some more over. Dean Jakes put here also Ninja Warriors.
Yeah.
Chase HQ.
I love Chase HQ. Yeah.
Chase HQ, fantastic.
Oh, I do love Chase HQ. Honestly, and Special Criminal Investigation, the sequel. Yeah, let's get them on there. Yeah, I absolutely love it.
So yeah, so hopefully we do see more of that in the future. 2 more. So David Faulkner has put, what's the chances of a modern Mega Drive shoot 'em up game, Eartheon, coming to an Evercade? It looks amazing. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there's quite a few good shoot 'em ups at the moment. One of the guys from Sega's made a massive one at the moment, which is really, really great. Obviously, there's another one that's made by the same guy who made Tanza on the Mega Cats cartridge. He's just done one EDF, I think it is, or something like that. That one there is, again, absolutely outstanding. Yes, 100%. One of these, or perhaps all three, I would love to see signed by Blaze, and the sooner the better. I'm a huge campaigner for indie. Yeah, I think it's the way we need to go. Really, I mean, if Blaze is watching this, honestly, this is the way we need to go. Make no mistake. And you'll be doing something that nobody's doing anywhere else. So,
and that's what it's about, really, isn't it? You get,
you're absolutely right.
Something that people aren't doing anywhere else.
Yeah, as Tim said, a lot of these games you can pick them up anyway.
Not sure if my PC's gonna
these retro ones, you can just grab yourself an emulator and have a quick go. But this sort of game, you can't, and you can't get a physical version. So, Blaze really would knock the nail on the head.
I just looked at that and yes, please. And I'm not even a great shoot 'em up fan, but it looks fantastic. Do you know what? I'm going to look more into that in a minute. But right, another one from Mr. Skippins. Any chance of seeing Drift, ZX Spectrum?
I mean, obviously, we've seen a bit of ZX Spectrum on the Rare collection recently. If Blaze thinks there's enough demand for Drift, then 100%, we can see that on there. It all comes down to demand. They do a lot of sort of research and just make sure, see how popular these type of games are, because obviously they want it to be as broader appeal as possible for the community. So, if there looks like demand for it, then why not?
Yeah, and then last question from my good old friend Mytek. We know next year is not going to be heavy on indie, but how about 2027?
Well, 2027, believe it or not, is starting to be booked. I'm certainly going to be getting my requests and my developers in, because I really do want to see a lot of indie in 2027. I'm hoping Blaze is going to take a lot of sort of, advisement there, because I can think of some outstanding games and a lot of hard work I've done to get to know developers and hopefully to twist their arm into coming to the Evercade. And there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time to make it happen. We've got the whole of 2026. So I'm hoping, Blaze is going to think logically and listen to the fact that, as I say, if you look at what Steam Deck's doing at the moment, anybody saw the latest video with their home console and their joypad and things like that, they're going in the right direction. Obviously, we didn't see the price points, but the actual products look fantastic and 5 times more powerful than a Steam Deck. OMG. But Blaze don't have to worry too much about that, because as Blooders just said, he looked at that shoot 'em up. It was fantastic. And there's some brilliant indie games out there that honestly Evercade could bring, like that Spectrum game you played recently.
Cubics,
You loved it. And we could get these type of games on there, and honestly, the showcase would be unreal. Look what it's done for the likes of Roguecraft. Rogue 64. Donut Dodo, Cathedral, Aura's Awakening. All these games have exploded onto the Evercade, and people are absolutely hooked by them. So,
I think it's where they need to go, Derek. I think it's what they need to do. You want to, like you said, nobody's doing this. Nobody is offering these indies, physical cartridges, and these games are fantastic. Yes, we've got the back catalogue of stuff. Yes, they've said 2026 is already wrapped up in a bow and done, but fuck me, I'm telling fuck me, there's some fantastic games out there. Get them signed up and offer them, like, do you know what I mean? Like Donut Dodo for one, Murtop, like these kind of games, they are fantastic little indie pick up and play games, and they are out there. So, do you know what I mean? They're in touch with the guys at Debug who do all the indie stuff as well. I'm telling you, they'll be able to put you in the right direction to get some of these games on cart. You'd have never known about Alistair Lowe otherwise. This is what we need to do. It would push the system as well. So yeah, do something different that no one else is doing.
Yeah, we're excited to see what Al Lowe's doing next. He's been quite quiet. Let's see what his next project is. Can it come to Evercade? They need to get back to the Bitmap Bureau that did Xenocrisis. They're working on a Neo Geo version of Final Vendetta. Can we get that with a special character for the Evercade? That again would be absolutely fantastic. I don't think it's unrealistic. Right. There's so much potential out there if they look for it. So but yeah, they've got to dig deep. As I say, I've seen a few fantastic arcade games recently that would run easily on the Evercade. And I know those guys would definitely come across to their platform. So yeah, Blaze needs to, yes, they've got a nice lineup, coming next year. They're hoping to break the American market. But 2027, let's try and have a little bit of a think about the appeal of indie games and how that affects worldwide and what sort of light that would bring on the product going forward. And I think there's some magic buttons in there that if they put it onto a physical cartridge, it would drag people across. When you look at things like the Duke Nukems, it had that kind of appeal. Yeah, and it brought people into the product. The Oliver Twins, it brought people into the product. And I think some of these indie games that people see, all I ever see them commenting on Twitter is, if there was a physical version, I'd snap it up. Physical version. Yeah, well, if Blaze offers that, it might just be enough to bring them in.
Mate, it'd be fantastic. Like Tim said, when you went to these Knots VGEs, you went to Debug Awards, they're all using Steam Decks. So at the minute, the Steam Deck is the place to go to for indie stuff but they don't offer physical. Physical is one thing that they can get. Like you said, Tim, the only reason you got one is when you saw one there. Everyone had one, didn't they? So what were your thoughts when? Do you know what I mean? Is this the direction you think that the indie?
Absolutely. Because, like I said, not everything is going to be possible. But if it is a retro-inspired game, which is very popular in the indie scene to do that, you guys just reeled off a list of loads of stuff that is either already on the Evercade or could be. I know there's a lot of appeal for some of the older stuff, and there different people like the Evercade for different reasons. Me personally, I do love the indie scene, and getting them on physical is great. And it's also you're supporting sort of an indie studio as well, which I think is great.
Yeah, Indie Heroes 5 is bound to have a next low tech game. Well, hopefully, the only thing I've seen him doing is that picture book. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter or whatever or TikTok. He's putting up the videos of his light game, which is like an open book, like a pop-up book. That it looks fantastic. But
have you played it? Have you had a chance to go on it?
No, I haven't.
No, I've had a chance to have a go on it. Yeah, at some events that he's had it at. I've had a little test run. So
yeah, because I wasn't.
He did have a platform game. He did have a platform game in development. Now I chased him on it. This is about a year and a half, 2 years ago now. It was a rather awesome platform game, but then I never really heard any more about it. So hopefully, that's still in development. Maybe we'll see it in the future. I don't know, but I think people would have liked it. It was quite unique, and it was really nice graphics as well. So fingers crossed. Yeah, that can still come.
Yeah, it's just like what my text put here. He's just brought an Amberneck. It's unbelievable in terms of retro emulation. I do, however, miss indie games on there. Blaze got to set themselves straight. That's the one thing these Amberneck devices and that can't get, because I've got one as well, so I can drop and drag and play stuff on it. But you can't beat playing the physical copies of. Do you know what I mean, like Roadcraft? I haven't really taken it out of my console. Do you know what I mean, that kind of stuff? No. You just can't get anywhere. So. Really, it's frustrating after what we heard about what they're going to be a little less focused on it, which is fine, because obviously they've got stuff they've signed up and they've got to get out there. But it'd be interesting to see this time next year when we do like a roundup of the year, which I think we might have to do on the next show, do a year's roundup, because the one after that is then the Christmas show. We could then do a roundup of what is this year, how successful has it been, how many triangles out of 10 do you give it? So maybe we can go down that route. But yeah, just the future, it's looking good. There's little projects they're doing, little side projects they've been doing, but you got to try and keep us, your core customers happy, which isn't easy. So yeah, what a great Dear Derek. Oh, hang on, there's one been squeezed in on here. Too late for a Dear Derek. Chances of a Metal Slug 7XX and advance, maybe on the alpha, Tim. But yeah, would you?
Well,
reckon?
you know, if there is an alpha next year, remember it's a 2-year deal, and we have got more Neo Geo next year. So yeah, that could be more cartridges, more super pockets, and more alphas, because everybody's so hungry for an alpha. This would be a truly missed opportunity if there wasn't, especially to get people in and put something extra special on it to make sure you purchase.
Doom, Wolfenstein, Destiny. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The list is endless. The list is endless. The stuff out there is endless. These next 5 carts that are coming, I really do hope they sell well over here in the UK, because obviously 5 in one hit. I can't afford to get all of them now. Now they've all been delayed. I'm now having to go, out of these 5, what are the ones I'm really going to pay my money on? Because, do you know what I mean? People have got stuff going on. I've got birthdays, Christmases to sort out. I've got kids to get all their bloody expensive presents. So I'm left in the dust. So looking at the 5 carts now, I would have, if they'd come out in time, I could have snuck in both Neo Geo carts without the missus knowing, and then got rare. But now I'm like, I don't know what ones to get. So
that's the trouble. Yeah, it might just have to be rare for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's that. Yeah. So out of each 5, what would you get, Tim? Out of them 5 carts that are coming out?
I don't know. I've still got ones that I want that have been out already. Like I still don't have Roadcraft.
No, but as it's Christmas, this is their Christmas carts.
Probably like the
Neo
Geo ones they got. I think are probably ones I'm more interested in. Yeah.
Because the only Neo Geo, I must admit, I do think the Neo Geo signing, like getting them carts have been quite good this year. But I'm annoyed because if they come out, I would have snuck them in. But I can't do that now. I can't. I'm gonna have to drive away.
As you say,
really frustrating.
I'm going to hang on, see what happens on Black Friday, because obviously that's 28th of November, so it's not that far away. See what Funstock hand is played, and then see what other retailers are doing, whether they're knocking a little bit of anything off, and you never know. But otherwise, if nothing tickles my fancy, then I think it's jumping on rare, perhaps on the run up to Christmas. Money depending.
That's the one that's had the most traction in it on X.
Yes,
you're saying
100%. Yeah, by far. Yeah.
And I do feel like that's a massive signing for them to get. But yeah, I do like. It's a hard one for me because the Battletoad games look great. Conker's Pocket Tales isn't that good. I've played it before. It's a bit meh, if you know what I mean. And then you've got a lot of Spectrum games on there. So yeah, I've pre-ordered it. I do want to get it because I want to support the fact that they've got rare on there, and it's not a £25 cart, which is great. Because it's frustrating. Because
to be honest, what they could have done with that rare collection was, rather than worried about these few Spectrum games and an NES Battletoads and whatnot, which is harder than a punk in a subway. To be honest, what they should have done was done something nobody else is doing, and they should have put both Killer Instincts, the arcade versions, onto a dual cartridge. Yeah, and end the year with an arcade collection. And I'll tell you what, nobody else is doing that. Even the N64 wasn't powerful enough, despite rumors at the time that there was an N64 inside the arcade cabinet and all this. There wasn't, and it's not powerful enough to run a decent version of Killer Instinct. So, I think, they could have put Killer Instinct 1 and 2 on a arcade collection, and that would have just blasted out of the water for your Christmas Day for most of us.
Yeah. I know
Whereas, do you want to play Uncle Charlie's Spectrum game on Christmas Day?
No.
Not really.
So yeah, I know a lot of the YouTubers and stuff have been getting their games already. There's already on the Evercade Discord the other day. I didn't realize I was on mute. I was watching the football, and when I was on speaker, sorry, I was watching the football and we scored, and I'm going yes, and obviously it was going through on their actual live Discord, and it's just quite funny. But hey, England.
He's a bit excited for Lamb
every game. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, yeah, and he was going through the rare collection on there, so you got a good look at how the carts look. It looked, I mean, it looks fine, but what's this? I know people talk about the Evercade too, but there's so many games still we get 100% calm. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Evercade's going to go for as long as it is possible. So Blaze want to keep it. Honestly, they really want to keep it going because it's a great community. And often when companies do try to jump to a newer platform, if you look at Nintendo with the Super Nintendo, they really had a decent bit of market share. Then they moved into the N64, and it kind of bombed from there, didn't it? And then it went into the GameCube, and that sort of stumbled a bit until they refound their feet with the Wii. So Blaze could find it exactly the same. They could move on to an Evercade 2, and it could just fall on deaf ears.
Because that's the thing. I think where you've got so many different options at the minute now. You've got a handheld, you've got a bar top arcade, you've got a box that goes on. You've got a box that goes under your TV. What else? What else do you need? And then if you do, the problem they had with the OG, you upgrade to the EXP, and then it's does it still do these games coming out still run on the old consoles? And do you know what I mean? Are they now having to still cater for the OG console, even though it might not be as powerful? So say if they did bring an Evercade 2, would it still run the old software? So you know what I mean, would you then have that issue that all them carts you bought, guys, only works on the old school and the OG? Then do you know what I mean? And all the old devices. This is the new 2s that comes with like PS2 games quality and Dreamcast and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've only got to look at things like the Switch too, and how much work Nintendo's had to put in to get Switch games running again on it. So all the cartridges, if you look at all the different updates and bits and bobs we've had, just how much work would need to go into a future console just to run those cartridges smoothly. Even with the PlayStation 2, I had PlayStation 1 games that wouldn't run in it. So it didn't run all of them. So
remember when they all like blue, when the discs all blue on the back or black. I can't remember what the color of the back in the day.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it was blue.
Games, yeah.
The first run of them are all like blue. Aren't they? Yeah, they're all blue. So yeah, be interesting. But I do think they missed a trick not having the rare cart all like Xbox green. I think that'd have been sick.
Yeah, that would have been lovely.
Yeah. Sorry, we could ramble all night. I've just realised what the time is. We started Dear Derek about an hour ago and we're still going. But that is episode 71 in the bag. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank everyone in the chat. Derek, what have you got coming up, and how can people find you out in the real world, or out in the wild, should we say, as Ryan would like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm over on Twitter, all Blue Sky, it's the top and hat. So do come over and see me there. I do keep an eye as often as I can in the Hangout as well. So if there are anything you need to raise with me or a problem you're experiencing with your hardware, then don't be afraid to reach out. I'll get back to you obviously as soon as I can. Those are sort of the main avenues at the moment you can reach me. So feel free to drop by.
Yeah, and Tim, I know you run our Facebook group. Where can people find you, my friend?
So, the Total Video Gamers Facebook page. We are back again tomorrow as well. We're going to discuss what Derek mentioned earlier on the Steam Deck podcast, looking at the new Steam hardware, which looks really cool. So we'll have a good deep dive to give away as into that. Yeah, we'll see if we can give away some game codes. We're also going to look at sort of different deals and stuff out there and what we're playing on our collective Steam Decks. And we're also going to be looking at going to the next game for Game Club. So if you're a member of the Total Video Gamers Facebook group, we run a game club. It's like a book club, but with games. And we're going to have a stream on the most recent game we've done is Dead Space. We should be looking at a provisional date of the 28th to have our deep dive conversation, which you are welcome to come and join. And then there's also a poll in the group right now where you can vote for the next game that we're going to run for Game Club. So be sure to join the group and cast your vote.
Yeah, and as you know, I'm Blunners. I do all the others, the Facebook Shorts, the TikTok account, the Instagram account, the X account. So yeah, I do quite a few of them for our channel. We are back here in 2 weeks' time, which I think we're going to do the year roundup, because the one after that is our Christmas special. So guys who I've had on in the past, keep your inboxes open, because I want to get as many of you guys that have been with us on. I'm also trying to get some other people on to join us for an Evercade Christmas special. And also Mr. Newland has done me some Christmas music. So I look forward to showing you guys all that. So thank you, everyone. Don't forget to leave us a thumbs up. Let us know you've been in, comment, and we will see you guys in the next